Kau masuk hospital, kau perlukan darah untuk anak kau. Darah yang anak kau perlukan bukan daripada kaum kau. Kau nak reject ke darah tu? Tak kan? Kau takkan reject kan? Kau takkan macam tak apa lah, biar anak aku mati. Aku tak nak darah kaum lain. Fikir lah kejap. Kau kalau benda tu kau boleh jawab, kau takkan jadi racist.
What it means to be an Indian in Malaysia is to know where you stand and be very careful of what you say and how you act, because there's some people in Malaysia that still don't believe that you're from Malaysia.
My family and I, we've been in Malaysia ever since. I mean, we were born here in Malaysia.
We've not lived anywhere else. This is home. Do you know what I mean?
I'm third generation, so we already have nephews and nieces. So, yeah, 4 generations of us living in Malaysia now.
I am the third generation and my daughter will be the fourth.
From my mom's side, it's actually I'm the third generation. From my dad's side, we lost count because we've already been here for quite some time.
I am grateful, I'm lucky, but there could be so much more betterment for Indian folks in this country.
Every time somebody throws the notion of like balik negara sendiri or go back to India, like the Indians don't claim us. We're not Indians. We're Malaysian, you know? Being Malaysian Indian is holding on to my cultural beliefs, holding on to my roots and my tradition, but also understanding to assimilate when you have to.
Enough with the Balik India thing. I don't know India. I only know Malaysia.
My own words, I'm very, very proud to be a Malaysian Indian because I'm very, very proud of my nation. I'm very, very proud of who I am, my roots, and everything that comes with it.
What does it mean to be an Indian in Malaysia?
Being an Indian means struggle.
There's this one of my van driver, when I was like sekolah rendah time, she called me orang asing.
Oh, you orang India tapi pandai cakap bahasa Melayu, fasih bahasa Melayu. Dude, I learned bahasa Melayu for 12 years. What did you expect?
Melayu aku memang tak ada essence orang India langsung lah.
We like you around because you don't smell like you know, the bau minyak kelapa and all of. And then now, those very same people who said that are influencers who are selling like coconut oil, like self-care Sunday. I'm like, bro, okay.
Last year, I went to 99. Then we all were lining up. This was like early MCO. Everybody was lining up. Then ada brother ni like confident datang cut the line. And nobody said anything. I said, brother. Then he turned to me. Apa dia? Then I said, lu tak nampak ni line? Di belakang boleh? And he looked at all the people in the queue. Semua orang tak bising apa? Lu bising. Semua orang tak bising. Gua tak kisah. Gua bising lah. Lu duduk belakang. He took down his mask. Keling, lu jaga sikit lah. Straight away there was a pakcik behind me and it's like he took down his mask. Engkau jaga mulut sikit. Sebelum aku sapak muka kau. Duduk belakang. And I looked at the uncle. I put my mask out. I said, thank you, uncle. He's like, no, I've been seeing. That's very rude. Then that is the moment I believe like, oh, that is Malaysia, bro.
The word keling and pariah means to me that you're racist. You discriminate me. You single me from my community, you single me from my country, and it just means that you are a terrible person that doesn't understand the weight this word carries.
Honestly, I am the type of person who wouldn't. I used to be the type of person that would sit down and argue with you, but now no lah. I feel like if you're racist, like you're calling me keling and pariah in front of my face, asking me all sorts of racist questions. If I walk away from you, wouldn't that make you look like a fool by talking to yourself?
Keling has so many ways to look at it. It can be people, go Google this. There could be people from Kalinga, Kalinga, that were merchants who came to Malaysia back in the days. Keling. There's so many ways of looking at the word Keling. Like Malaysia has so many versions of it. But I will always stick to that Kalinga thing, the Kalinga dynasty. History will never lie, as much as our Malaysian book history is a freaking lie at some time. So Kalinga dynasty was there. People from there came into Malaya and Kadarum, which is Kedah today. And then from there, the word has changed and we've used it to become so disrespecting in our country.
In one word, how would I describe racism?
Stupid.
Naive.
Ugly.
It's sickening to the stomach.
Unnecessary.
Evil.
On what basis you want to judge someone based on his beliefs, you know? Just because I'm Punjabi, that doesn't mean that I'm like kaki pukul. You know, you can't justify people like that.
So they believe the lie, but they hate on the truth. Just like just like people who are racist, they believe the Indians are bad people, but then they don't believe they are good people as well.
How I don't understand why people want their iPhones to be black and their shoes to be black and their fits to be black. Everything like black is so aesthetically pleasing on products, but on skin they want it on a lighter spectrum. So I don't get that. Both racism and colorism, it doesn't make sense.
I don't know whether it's the white man's idea or whether it's been passed down generation after generation where black is look at the color black, right? It's associated with everything that is bad. Black magic. Simple as that. Black magic. Oh, it has to be black. Why cannot be red magic? Is it? Why cannot be blue magic? Like Jay-Z said.
It pushes people to do the most unimaginable thing. Can you imagine being so resentful of a person just because of a color, but you don't know anything about the person? You don't know what she's like, what kind of person she is. She may be the nicest person in the world, but just because of her color, you don't like her. So it is evil.
My dad used to remind me to cut my hair last time, just so the police won't stop me at roadblocks. He was always so scared of me getting like caught at roadblocks and shit. And for a cop to tell his son to be careful about your hair, you know, it's not about what you're carrying, it's not about what you did. It's just because your hair is a bit thorough, to be careful at the roadblocks so they don't pick on you.
There was this statement from respective authorities which asked us to not racialize the situation.
But just because you're an officer in blue, you can do whatever you want. No, that's not how it works. I mean,
there are Malay people who died in police custody, bro. There are Chinese people who died, but it's just that because the race is so small. There's like 3 million of us, and there's more of us, so it comes out more. So with Ganapati, the whole country stood up. So the country was like, yo, enough. And it's not only coming from Indian people, it came from all races, bro. They were sick and tired of seeing innocent, or whether it's innocent or not innocent, it's another argument by itself. But you shouldn't brutalize people like that, bro. Lu gila apa? Lu manusia ke setan tu?
I've seen like Malaysians are very fast going into the hype, one thing, you know, but some of them, they really see like, okay, like people of color, like George Floyd, you know, like how he was like murdered and everyone like witnessed it. There's like literally video caught on camera. So of course, just like any other human, you want to show like your support towards black people, you know. But in Malaysia, the energy is not being shared.
Of course, the previous cases did get a lot of attention too, but I believe that this is like really getting its hype because everybody is forced to stay at home and be on their phones and they cannot escape, you know. Like even if you don't want to confront it, 2 days later, it's going to appear on your timeline.
You cannot relate George Floyd and A. Ganapati to the same crowd. The ones that were following trends a lot. Remember Blackout Tuesday? What was the need for the black profile pictures on the Tuesday? Like how did that help with anything? I admit lah, I also did it lah. But like I think about it, what was the use of it? That's why I say like we were just following trends back then. But when it actually happens in your own country, then you know that these people were not actually doing it for the sake of the African American community. They were just doing it for the sake of looking supportive on the net. You know, there's a difference between supporting and the difference between helping. Supporting someone is just letting them know that if they fall, you are there. But helping someone is making sure that they don't fall in the first place.
I believe that with the power of the education system, we can nurture young minds to move forward in a direction where one day we will achieve a Malaysia where we don't have to deprogram people anymore because everybody can think for themselves.
Esok kalau lu accident, kalau lu masuk hospital, lu Melayu ke India ke Cina ke Punjabi ke Kadasan ke, aku tak kisah, kau Malaysia kan, kau masuk hospital, kau perlukan darah untuk anak kau atau untuk kau lah. Okay, let's put a baby lah, okay, untuk bayi kau lah. Time tu kau racist lah, kau ni memang racist. Time tu kalau darah yang anak kau perlukan bukan daripada kaum kau nak reject ke darah tu? Tak kan? Kau takkan reject kan? Kau takkan macam tak apa lah, biar anak aku mati, aku tak nak darah kaum lain. Fikir lah kejap. Kalau benda tu kau boleh jawab, kau takkan jadi racist. I could go on and bro, but you know, I just hope we as people will come together and build a better future for our kids. Tunku Abdul Rahman didn't leave this country to become like this, bro. He didn't. I go read his speech. After that, I don't know what happened. So, you've come a long way, and we have a long way to go, bro.